Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today we're going to do something that we've done a few of with American Truck Simulator. We're going to play a trivia game. And today in particular we're going to talk about the Öresund Bridge, the Aquaphobia Achievement in the game. We're going to go cross over that bridge that you need to get for the achievement, and we're going to play trivia quiz about the bridge that connects these two countries. So let's get started. Now we're going to drive a little bit. We're now currently in Hamburg, and we're taking this dozer crawl up from Hamburg up to Malmö, and we're going to do this drive. It's about an 8-hour or so drive, and along the way we're going to take some time. And if you're not familiar with this, what we do is we're going to ask 6 questions. That truck's going to stop, right? We're going to ask 6 questions along. Oh, seriously? How hard was this to see? Yeah, you better back up. Drove right into us. Goodness. These drivers are getting worse. Anyway, okay, that aside. So how this game works is I ask 6 trivia questions along the way. Oops, I missed the light here. Let's back up a little bit. Ask 6 trivia questions. We're off to a crash vehicle offense. We hit a car. We're off to a great start. If you're new, I'm sure you're gone by now. Okay. Anyway, we're going to ask 6 questions about the Öresund Bridge. Let's go, truck. About the Öresund Bridge, and let's see how many you can get right. There's no real prizes except for pride and stuff like that, but I hope you enjoy it, and I have handcrafted 6 particularly challenging questions here. So we'll get going here a little bit out of Hamburg, and then as we get out into the highway here, we'll start asking our first questions. So we'll see you in a little bit. God. Why do you stop there? Okay. What is with these German drivers today? Goodness gracious. Anyway, we're leaving Hamburg. We'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, we're on the highway heading towards our destination. And notice I didn't say which country it is, because our first question is a question about this bridge in particular. So, I'm going to show some images of it along the way too. So question number 1 is, so people have said a lot of times, I felt bad, a couple of people have said they got 0 right on the previous trivia question games that we played. So this is kind of a gimme. This is a pretty easy one. So hopefully people get this one right. Question number 1. Which 2 countries does the Öresund Bridge connect? Is it A, Sweden and Denmark, B, Denmark and Norway, C, Sweden and Norway, or D, Poland and Sweden? Say it one more time. Well, actually, you can listen to it again there. Now, so I'm going to ask that question. Then what we do is I'm going to give you a chance to think about the answers here. We got to go this way here. I got to pay attention. Okay, I think we're okay. So first question is that one. Question number 2. Okay. Öresund Bridge is the blank longest bridge in Europe. Is it A, the longest bridge in Europe, B, the 3rd longest bridge in Europe, C, the 5th longest bridge in Europe, or D, the 11th longest bridge in Europe? So 2 questions. Which 2 countries does it join? Whoops. And what is its length, 1st, 3rd, 5th, or 11th in Europe? Take a second, ponder your answers, and we will be back momentarily. All right, so we've put about an hour and a half on our journey under the belt so far. So a little bit over 6.5 hours left to go. Let's give our first 2 answers. Question number 1 was, which 2 countries do the Öresund Bridge connect? Sweden and Denmark, Denmark and Norway, Sweden and Norway, or Poland and Sweden? Correct answer is A, Sweden and Denmark. Hopefully people got that one right? Because that's the easiest one. So if you didn't get that one right, good luck, because that was kind of the easiest one. Yeah, so it connects the country of Sweden and Denmark, and it was built, I think it started construction in 1995, built around the year 2000 or so. So it's been around for a while. And let's go to question number 2, however. Öresund Bridge is the blank longest bridge in Europe. A, 1st, B, 3rd, C, 5th, or D, the 11th. And this is challenging to both read and kind of drive here. Don't try this at home, as always. Okay, oops, going way too fast. All right, answer is C. It is the 5th longest bridge in Europe. But one of the things that's cool about this, right, is that it is a bridge and tunnel combination. We're going to talk about that in questions and some of our upcoming questions here. The length of the bridge, by the way, is 7,845 meters. So would that be roughly 5 miles for people that use miles for distance? Anyway, there's our first 2 questions. How did you do? Let's come back in a little bit. We're going to drive a little bit as we get close. We're going to get to sleep here too. I'm going to drive a little bit and then we'll be back for our next 2 questions. Alrighty, so we've got about 5 hours left for about 3/8 of the way there. Let's go to questions number 3 and 4. Good luck, everybody. Question number 3. So there's only 8 bridges like this, eight of these in the world, which is a bridge and tunnel combination. And the question is about the Öresund Bridge. Why was this done? Why is there a tunnel and a bridge combined as part of this construction project? 4 possible answers. Answer A is so ships can pass over it. Answer is B, so planes wouldn't crash into it. Answer is C, to preserve the natural beauty of the waterway. D is because Denmark wanted a tunnel and Sweden wanted a bridge. So if you need to hear it again, you can rewind and listen to it one more time. Take some time, think about your answers here, pause the video if you need to. Let's go on now to question number 4. So in addition to the bridge, oops, I'm speeding so much here. In addition, so I think this, yep, here we are into Denmark. So we are getting closer to the bridge now. Okay, so question number 4. In addition to the bridge and the tunnel, what else did engineers build as part of this project? A, musical rumble strips that play a portion of both the Swedish and the Danish national anthems as you drive over them. B, rumble strips. There you go. Again, yes, stay on the road here. It's hard to read these longer ones. I should make the questions really short, but that's not nearly as interesting. B, anti-submarine nets to prevent Russian submarines from passing by unnoticed. C, synchronized multicolored light systems to prevent drivers from falling asleep. Or D, an island. Aha! If you need to hear it again, you can rewind it and play it one more time. We'll be back in a little bit with the answers to questions number 3 and 4. I wonder if anyone's going to get it perfect this time. I mean, question 1 I think was a little bit easy, maybe. And some of these, maybe they're easier. I never know making them. So, anyway, we'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, we are back. Now, I should mention, too, we just slept in between questions 2 and 3. We slept for 8 hours. Our drivers picked up about 20,000 euros for us. And it's Thursday afternoon, just shortly after lunchtime now, as we drive on this beautiful day here as we cruise up through Denmark on our way to Sweden. So, the answers. So, question number 3, why is there a tunnel and a bridge combined? A, so ships can pass over it. B, so planes won't crash into it. C, to preserve the natural beauty of the waterway. And D, because Denmark wanted a tunnel and Sweden wanted a bridge. Correct answer is B, so planes won't crash into it. Because Copenhagen Airport apparently is very close to it, so the engineers were worried that if they had a bridge that went close to the airport, that it actually would be fairly possible that planes would crash into it. So instead, they decided to build a tunnel. Oh, IKEA getting pulled over for speeding. Yep. Obviously in a hurry. Why are they? Okay. Maybe, okay, I don't know. Maybe they're bringing supplies to build stuff. Speaking of bridges, we have one coming up here. All right. Let's go to question number 4. In addition to the bridge and the tunnel, what else did engineers build as part of this project? Musical rumble strips that play both portion of the Swedish and the Danish national anthems, anti-submarine nets, synchronized multimedia colored light system to prevent drivers from falling asleep. D, an island. Correct answer is D, an island. Yes, isn't that pretty cool? They built a whole island. So a bridge, a tunnel, and an island is part of this construction project. Now, this bridge that we're coming up on now is actually not this bridge. Let me just pull this up quickly here on our map to see what we're going through. Yes, this is just one that corrects Denmark, these two parts of Denmark here. So we have one bridge here, then we have a second bridge to go through, and then this span here between Copenhagen and Malmo is actually the Öresund Bridge. And we did go over that in the last episode, and we actually did trigger the achievement. I just didn't notice it. So this is not the Öresund Bridge, so don't get too excited yet. Anyway, that was question number 3 and 4. How are you doing? Anybody perfect so far? We'll be back in a little bit. We're going to drive another maybe an hour or so. We'll be back for questions number 5 and 6. They get harder, so be ready. Don't cheat. Don't Google anything. Alrighty, we're getting close to this first long, expansive bridge here, but about 3 hours left. Let's go to questions number 5 and 6. So question number 5. I'll show a picture here. So there are 4, you can see 4 upright support sections in this bridge, right? And you'll notice that they're not connected. Each one is independent of the other. This is an interesting one, I think. So why aren't they connected? Why are each of these 4 structures independent of the other one? Answer first. A is, it was actually the best way to make the bridge secure. So architecturally secure, right? B, so that there was less of a chance if a plane hits one of the supports that the entire bridge would collapse. Oh, Odense discovered 19 out of 27, making progress. So we should hit a bridge up pretty soon, but we'll see. C, the supports, this is the fun, okay, I'm sorry, I shouldn't give this away, but the supports span the exact center of the bridge between Denmark and Sweden, and they could not agree on who would pay for and build the joining segments. After 2 years of negotiations, they decided to redesign the bridge so that the supports would not need to be joined. Or D was actually voted upon as the most aesthetically pleasing design by citizens of both Denmark and Sweden. Ha! Tricky one, huh? Yeah, I don't know, maybe I gave it away, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to number 6. This one's not nearly as long. Our last question, number 6, is the artificial island that we talked about that engineers built as part of this project has become a haven for A, homeless people, B, plants, C, tourism, casinos and hotels, or D, drug smuggling. Oh, here is the spans now. This is not the Öresund Bridge, but this is a big bridge, obviously. So take a second. If you need to pause the video to think about the answers, go ahead. We'll be back momentarily with the answers. So this section here that we can see, actually, I'll just chat about this, is the bridge here between Odense, this part of Denmark. So it's a big section of bridge, but not as long as the Öresund Bridge, which is coming up in a little bit here. Alrighty, so let's get out of this and get back in driving. Okay, let's go over answers since we are on the bridge here. Actually, yeah, let's go over the answers here, then we'll talk about it later. So, question number 5. Each of the 4 upright sections is independent of the other. Why? Wow, this is actually a pretty big bridge here too, isn't it? This is huge, but this isn't it. Anyway, okay. Each of the 4 upright support sections is independent of the other. Why? It was the best way to make the bridge secure. There was less of a chance if the plane hits one of the supports that the whole bridge would collapse. See the story about how the bridge is right between Denmark and Sweden. They couldn't agree on who was going to pay for the joining segments. They didn't want to split them, so they said they had decided to redesign the bridge so that they wouldn't have to have sections that were joined together. Or D, it was voted on to be the most aesthetically pleasing design. We're going too slow here. And again, this is not the Öresund Bridge. This is a suspension bridge. These sections are joined. All right, so the correct answer is B. So there was less of a chance if a plane hits one of the supports that the entire bridge would collapse. Again, it goes to the idea that Copenhagen Airport is nearby. They decided that they didn't want it. So like a bridge like this, if a plane hit one of them, the whole thing comes down. But because that bridge is so close to the airport, even with the part of the bridge that's, is a bridge and not a tunnel, they decided to make each one of those supports independent. So if a plane were to happen to hit it, it wouldn't tragically bring the entire structure down. Did you get that one right? I thought my distractor about the argument between Sweden and Denmark, that was a pretty cool distractor, I thought. I wonder how many people guessed that one. Let me know down in the comments below. Let's go to question number 6. Our last question for this one is what are we doing here? There's a toll.
请注意
Speeding
您的时
violation.
速。
Ah! Oh, I could have gone probably through the open one there. But anyway, okay. Messed up here. 200 euros is not too bad for a speeding violation. Yes, enter. Do we really have a choice? Anyway, okay. Question D, question 6, our last question. I wonder if anyone is 5 for 5 here. The artificial island has become a haven for A, homeless people, B, plants, C, tourism, casinos, and hotels, or D, drug smuggling. Correct answer is... Happy story! B, plants. There's over 500 species on the island. It is a haven for biologists now. So a good biology story from the construction of this bridge and tunnel. So there you go. How many questions did you get right on our adventure here? Anyone get all 6? Let me know down in the comments. How did you do? Which one do you think was the hardest? Did anyone get question number 1 wrong? It's okay. Well, you don't have to admit it. That's fine. You don't have to admit it. Anyway, we've got about an hour and a half left to go. We are getting closer to Copenhagen. We will see you when we get to the bridge again, so we can drive over it in the game and marvel at its architectural beauty now that we know all this information about it. And this, again, is the bridge that you need for the Aquaphobia Achievement in the game. We'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, here we are. We're going through the tunnel portion of the Öresund Bridge in the game. Pretty cool, right? And we know why this is built now. We have become smarter. This is kind of cool. There's only 8 of these constructions in the world, this bridge and tunnel. By the way, although this is the 5th longest bridge in Europe, it pales in comparison to some of the longest bridges in the world, which by and large are almost all in China. I think the top 5 are in China. There's one that's like 100 miles long. That's crazy. But here we can see, so we're coming up on the bridge, and we can see each one of these supports is built independent of the other. We can see now we're on the island part, right? We just went through that, which is a haven for plants, over 500 species of plants. We know that now, too. We've learned so much today. This is a good day. Hope you give yourself a pat on the back, right? All right, so yeah, so we can see that each one of these stanchions, each one of these supports is independent of the other. So if a plane hits it, it is okay. I am going to grab a picture of us crossing the bridge now that I know more about it. We'll be right back. All right, screenshot taken. We're back on our way here. Moment of silence as we pass over the Öresund Bridge. So let us continue. It looks like we got about 30 minutes left now. We'll see when we get to our final destination and see how we handle the parking challenge with this dozer crawl thing on the back. Go! 2,500 euro speeding violation. That's painful. It's 47 kilometers over the limit as we're approaching this bridge toll. It is a toll bridge, by the way, and they expect the toll revenue to pay for the bridge construction within 30 years. We just helped a lot by giving them 2,500 euros. That's our donation. Yes, Zilla Trucking has made a big donation to. Okay, yep, we'll pay that. 172 euros? Oof. That was expensive, 2,600 euros there. Anyway, we'll see when we get to the final destination. All right, we're in Malmö, which means us 20 of 27 Scandinavian cities. Only 7 more to go. Copenhagen, which we passed, is actually one we still need. Because even though we've gone by it, we haven't gone through it. So just a couple minutes before we get to our parking challenge. We'll see you in a moment. All right, here we are at Norscan. Wonder what kind of parking we're going to get here. I don't think... I know we've been in here to a place like this, but I'm not sure what the parking involves. Let's see. 90. Ah, challenge accepted. That doesn't look very hard. We just have to pull it up right there. I guess we have to make a U-turn first, but I feel like we can make a U-turn here. These trailers are kind of in the way, but okay, we'll deal with it. We'll see if we can get this lined up. Yeah, I feel like we got this lined up pretty well here. Just pull it around, did a U-turn. So I'm going to see if we can back it up in one shot. Tricky part here is the mirrors. We got to get it going the right way pretty quickly here. Tweak it a little bit. Ah, I'm missing it, aren't I? Got to adjust. Like I'm a little off, huh? Maybe they'll give it to us. It's not going to give it to us. We're too far off, I can tell, as I swing this like this. Ah, fail. Okay, gotta straighten it out. There we go. Now we're home. All right, dozer crawl. Let's get our money. How much did we make? We've got... I think we should have got close to 20,000. I don't think we had any damage either to anything. So 24,000 euros. Nice. We're going to make it to level 31. No, not even close. In any case, let me know in the comments down below how you did in the trivia episode. If you liked this type of trivia episode, here's one for American Truck Simulator about Devil's Tower, Wyoming. Might want to check that one out. We'll see you in our next episode. Take care, everybody.